Hello everyone, welcome back. We are going to be doing some League of Legends Swarm today, trying to do the solo extreme beachhead. I want to give you guys all the characters soloed. So I'm working towards that goal. So we are starting off with Jinx, hopefully, things go alright. Alright, EXP is definitely a good one first off. Because by the time we fight Aatrox, we should be able to be level 41 or so. If we get max experience flowing. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna try and use our projectiles as much as possible. Jinx can be a bit of a demon with them. But we do need to also consider armor, so we're gonna be doing that where possible as well. Because I want to make sure I have ice armor and health regen at least. So the cyclonic slices keeps things at least a distance away from us and can also deal a lot of damage. The ice armor can absorb at least a hit for us. And that can be very handy when it comes to Aatrox. Although I definitely feel when it comes to beating extreme mode, Yuumi buffs are a huge part of whether or not you're going to pass. Alright, armor is something that we need. The Annihilator's kind of a trap, I feel. Can be good, but it also has a long cooldown. Kind of have the zoomies, so we've got to be careful as Jinx, at least in the early stages, having the zoomies. Increases, yep, we're going to go with that. Ramming speed should help us a little bit. Projectile count feels kind of like a trap before we get things like crit chance damage. And, like, it's good to have more projectiles, but for what we're doing right now, you're better off just making sure that the projectiles do damage. Okay, there's our health regeneration, but I feel like Uwu Blaster may actually be a little bit more clutch for some early stages. Just to give us that little bit more focus damage. I'm going to go ahead and pick these cards up in a second. Just because we're going to get plenty of these as time goes on. So I'd rather make sure we're feeling pretty good in the early stages. Alright, and there's our health regeneration anyway, so one pays off. I don't feel like there's too much experience on the board just yet to use that. Where possible, I want to save my rerolls to make sure that I get something that is beneficial versus something that's not actually going to be helpful. Because now I feel like we just want to make sure we get ice armor. There it is. Now we just try and max out our weapons as quick as possible. EXP gain is definitely solid as well.
Hey, what happened?
There we go. We deleted that elite in seconds. That is the kind of thing I want to see. I really want to get something like cross-country from Yuumi if possible, because that is going to give us a HP boost. We get cross-country, and I feel like we win. Well, movement speed is great. On the plus side, with Ramming Runner, whenever we do get movement speed, we also get damage. But now we need something that's going to give us a little bit of defensive capabilities. This is probably one of the harder ones as Jinx, just because of like how quick she's able to move. Making her kick a soccer ball is very fucking difficult. Hmm. 30% more max health will actually help a lot when it comes to Aatrox. We can sacrifice a little bit of movement speed because we still fly. There's Uwu Blaster. I think the bombs can't even get close now. This is a good status. I feel like the game kind of checks you sometimes as to how well you're doing, and this is kind of a good sign. The old DPS check. Oh yeah, that's a deletion of that seahorse. Bye, Kog'Maws. And let's still get you over here. Not anymore though. Alright, let's try and get at least a level up before I start like jumping on those guards, because I feel like we could be very close to maxing some things out. Bel'Veth should help us do that.
What have I done?
Unless we instantaneously kill the Spider Shot. And that is a bug that happens, and if you do it too quickly, before he even gets a chance to do anything, then you get nothing. Very unfortunate. Our damage is too great. We'll take this card. There we go. Now we can get out on the beach and go pick that up. There's another maxed out thing. Like, we can definitely melt some of these creatures. There we go. There's that damage boost as well. We're doing like 4,000 sometimes to these things, so I feel like we're in a really good spot. Oof. Well, zoomies. There we go.
I don't think you have any idea.
There's our evolutions.
How fast I am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
And that is everything ready to go. And we've just got to make sure that we get our stats and we're good. The reason we have this and this is just so that we have that focus damage. When it comes to Aatrox, it will help out. The AoE is great, but you really want to have some focus. It's not really going to help us towards the end. This will get our movement speed back that we lost from going with the other one, because we do have ability haste. And the haste boost will help us avoid some of Aatrox's things in the scheme of things. I'm gonna head to the beach and just pick up these cards now. Let's go with ability haste. Doesn't really matter because we're going to be maxing everything out, I think. Velvet should give us one more trial. Hopefully it's not a kill something trial. Yeah, now we're at the point where we just kind of melt a lot of things, so... Please let me a kill. Okay, well, dodge is fine. Get rid of that frog. Oh god. The one problem with dodge is that I move so quick I might send myself out of the circle. We're going to go with damage at the moment. But I also want to make sure I get my armor before Aatrox does get here. max armor, max health regen. There's vacuum, so max damage. We're a couple levels off, but that should get us our crit chance if we manage to pick up everything. Almost 40, which is kind of where I want to be when we begin fighting Aatrox.
It's time!
Yeah, it's about to send us what I think. The moment we started getting movement speed, we deleted him. So as long as we get the waves like that, because of the ramping damage sort of thing that we have, ramming runner, if there's mobs, we will obliterate. Trying to move away because that's going to happen. Further away from Aatrox you are, the less swords you have to worry about. Or wherever he starts that nonsense. Whatever you do get out of that circle, if you are Jinx, you never want to be inside that circle. And that's him deleted. And that is a solo Jinx run on extreme difficulty. There we go. The Beachhead is done.